What would be some of the reasons to wait? I always say there's three things: plan for the site, the money to make it happen, the mental capacity. So obviously that video last week was a bit of a hit about 3 reasons not to build. And one of those reasons was mental capacity. It is so easy for your mind to be like bing, 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 bing. And there's 1,000 different rabbit holes that you can go down, from door handles to sink colors and agonizing over upgrades like insulation and ducted heat pumps. And I know when I went through the process myself, there was a bunch of times where I worried, am I going to shoot myself in the foot, making the worst decision ever? I think the first thing is you got to be able to draw back from the project and get an overall perspective. What are you trying to achieve? What's your goal? What's your desired outcome? And so for some people it's an investment or an equity move, or it is a dream home, or it's a passion of like combining interior design and eco building practices. And you got to work out what's your thing, and then you got to do that, because you can't do it all. You will have a limited budget, you will have a limited site, you will have only certain products available. And so all of those things are going to require you to make a bunch of decisions with clarity of mind. So that clarity of mind gives you the ability to make compromises or decisions. Now people think compromise is a bad word, but you're going to have to work out what parts are you going to go all in on. For example, you're going to upgrade the insulation to the max, and what things are you going to kind of scale back on, like you don't want gold-plated handles. So what do I value more? I kind of went for more of like function. So you've seen my video about like doing a heat map of the house. So I think about like, how do I maximize the space? And then I kind of go for form. I want it to be nice. I want it to like create a feeling of homeliness. How do you describe that? You want to come home and feel like you've come home. You want to be able to use the spaces the way that you envisaged you would, whether that's an amazing work from home office with a view of the hills, or whether that is space for your kids to run from their bedroom out across the level entry deck onto the lawn and into a trampoline that's been dug into the ground, or it could be sitting in front of a cozy warm fire. Part of having clarity as well is working out what jobs you're going to do personally, like physically on site, and what you're going to get the team to do. There's often up to 60 people and a bunch of different sub-trades involved, and it's real easy to think like, I'll do that, I'll do that, I'll do that, and before you know it, you have a list as long as your arm, and it's got a list of jobs on it that all have your name on it, and it can be this daunting thing. All of a sudden, all of your weekends are stuck toiling away on site. Right at the start of a project, that can seem like glamorous. Yeah man, that's going to be so much fun. Trust me, you'll get a point into the middle of the project where you're like, why did I decide to do it this way? That's where you need to stand back and have a real clear identity of what your goal is. I've got friends who have no hands-on skills at all, who aren't tradies, who have built 3 homes and managed to do well each time. And they've been involved in design, and they've been involved in interior choices, and then they've let us tradies get on with it and do what we do best. And also, like, how are you going to enjoy life in the meantime? You've still got to live, you've still got to eat, you've still got to work, you've still got to be a family man or woman, you've got to be a friend. So how do I personally relax? Honestly, it is a tough thing, because once it gets going, it does become all-consuming when I'm the builder and the decision maker and all of those things. I think what you got to do is be real purposeful about, like, these are the days where I'm on site or making decisions and I'm all in and I'm all about that. But also planning out this day here, Sunday, day of rest. That doesn't have to be every Sunday, but planning out like a weekend or a day where you're like, right, tools down, no thinking about the build, no talking about the build. Let's just go out and have fun. Let's have coffee. Let's just go and be normal human beings again, because this process does consume you. So just take it one step at a time. Ask yourself, what's the one most important thing I need to do? Sometimes that's as simple as sending a document to the mortgage broker, or it could be going to the Resine color shop and making a decision, or organizing a meeting on site. Just think, what's one thing? What's my one thing that I need to do for the build? That one thing plus that one thing plus that one thing, all of a sudden it's like a row of dominoes that adds up.